And Wendy, back to Draymond. The over-under is 0.5 on technical fouls tonight. Will he get one?
I would go under here just because, number one, I don't think the officials are going to want to amp things up, so I think the threshold for a technical will be high. And secondly, again, let's just go average. He's played 18 playoff games. He has 4 techs. Let's just do the math. Even I can do that.
All right, fair enough. So I want to play what Ime Udoka said, and then, Wendy, I'm going to give you the floor because you may wind up being completely right on this and me wrong. But with all of the talk coming out of Game 2 about Draymond and his intensity, his physicality, the technical and everything else, here was Ime Udoka on the off day talking about Draymond's impact.
I don't think it's the talking as much, as the physicality that they brought. That was noticeable, and we know, obviously, that's what Green does. I told him if I was a player or who I was, I'd probably get a double technical immediately, but that's not everybody. And so do what you do and block it out or meet physicality with physicality.
All right, so he said that, and my eyes opened up wide. But let's just be honest, because Wendy's too nice a guy to say it on the air. You said to me on the phone this morning, we're making too big a deal. Basically, you, Greeny, are making too big a deal about Draymond Green in Game 2. Go ahead.
Well, it's not just you. All those quote-unquote highlights that we just showed are Draymond, talking and yapping when the ball wasn't in play. That's good for highlights and good for discussion. Look, the ball's not in play here. What is this? This is physical play? Why? Because he's just messing around. The reason that the Warriors won this game is because the Celtics gave up 33 points off of turnovers. Golden State scored 107 points, and 33 of them came off of turnovers. The story of this series, the story of Boston's postseason, is turnovers. If they don't throw the ball to the other team, now granted, the Warriors' aggression on defense was a factor in creating those turnovers, but it wasn't like the Bucks or the Heat didn't play physical against the Celtics. The Celtics' greatest weakness is they throw the ball to the other team. Don't throw the ball to the other team, and you're going to end up in a better position. That's it more than Draymond. And I will posit that while I do think Draymond played well, and I think he turned up his game and some strategy defense was key, he made a bigger factor in Game 2 by missing 9 fewer shots, taking 9 fewer shots than he did with his defense. His change in his offensive decisions was just as important in his defensive decisions, in my opinion.
What do you think, JJ?
I'm going to co-sign what Wendy just said. Look, I'm going into Game 3 looking at 3 things. Number 1, how did the Celtics guard Steph Curry in pick and roll? Number 2, can the Celtics actually take care of the ball? And number 3, I'm looking at Draymond Green. Those first 2, that's going to dictate 90% of the outcome of this game. The other 10% maybe is the Draymond storyline. Maybe he gets a technical. Maybe he gets a double technical. I don't know. That's not as important, and it wasn't as important in Game 2 to the overall outcome. His defense was way more important than the antics.
By the way, and I just was shown this on Twitter, Brian Windhorst, you predicted it about an hour ago. They have announced the officials for tonight, and Scott Foster is the lead official for tonight's Game 3. So to give the fans something...
I wish I could have gone over-under on that puppy.
Give the fans what they should be expecting now as a result of that announcement.
Well, the sheriff is coming in, and I want to be clear. This was probably decided weeks ago that Scott Foster was going to be the Game 3 official so that they can bring him back in Game 6 or 7. It was not because of what happened in Game 2. But Scott Foster and JJ, I know Scott Foster a little bit. JJ knows him a lot more. He's the sheriff. He doesn't always make everybody happy, but I'll tell you one thing that Scott Foster will not bow down to. He will not bow down to the crowd. So while the crowd is all over him and whatever they want from Draymond, Scott Foster will not care, and Scott Foster will set the tone, is my guess, coming into this game, that no shenanigans, no nonsense, we're going to play basketball. He's going to set the tone for how the physicality is going to go early on with his crew.
JJ, final word.
Yeah, I can't believe that we're sitting here and talking about 2 of the best teams in basketball, to the 2 best teams in basketball, and we're talking about Scott Foster. Like, I as a player never cared about referees. I didn't care who was refereeing the game. I just wanted to go play and execute a game plan and try to get a win. This is what the focus should be and will be for both teams. I don't think they care who the head referee in this game is. Scott Foster is a fantastic referee, and he'll make sure this game is under control.
Okay, fair enough. We'll see how it winds up going. That just shows you've never been a fan. All we care about is stuff like that.
Don't care.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.